Well, good evening. We're here this evening with Evelyn Minton. She is my mother, and she's been a nurse for most of her life. And today is April the 6th, 2020, and it's a Monday evening. And I'm sitting here on this beautiful, bright, sunny Monday evening with my mom, and we're overlooking the golf course at her home, her lovely home. And I want to talk to her today about her career as a nurse. So, hey, Mom, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to sit and talk with me.
Well, I love talking to you, so what do you want to know?
Well, first of all, I wanted to ask you about what made you decide that you wanted to be a nurse?
Well, first of all, I wanted to be a lab technician. And so I went to school, and Mr. Gray was my teacher, and I loved him. But I graduated and worked in the lab, and I decided I didn't like it. So I went into nursing school, which I love. I love people, and I decided then to go to nursing school. And then I came back to work at Hosen Valley, which I love the hospital. And all.
So now you... I don't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to ask you, so you worked in a lab, and then you decided that the lab really wasn't for you. You just wanted to be around more people?
Right.
Okay. So then you went back to school and you got your nursing degree. So where did you work? What unit did you work first of all?
First of all, I trained on the floor, and then in all parts of the hospital. Then I went to ICU, which the patients was critical, and it made me sad, and I decided I didn't want to work in there, so I went to the cardiac unit, which I dearly loved, the cardiac patients, and I worked there until I retired.
I tell you one thing, I know for sure you're a great cardiac nurse. I have seen you be able to hear things, listening to people's hearts and taking their blood pressures that most doctors can't hear themselves when they're taking it. So I do know that you are a wonderful nurse. And I remember being young, you coming home and, telling us all kinds of stories about different patients and patients that you love so much, and about you getting these awards. Tell me about some of these awards. Do you remember any special patient that sticks out in your mind that you really, really still think of over the years?
Well, I think of there's a lot of them that I think of, and I got letters from them and telling me and thanking me for taking care of their family. And I had a special. He was a baseball player. I taken care of his mother, and he was so nice to me, and the family was, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoy taking care of any patient. And tell you this, I was about the first one to get a cell phone. So I sneaked my cell phone in the unit, and on special occasion, I would let the patients call their family, the ones that was able to. And that made me so happy, and it made them happy.
Oh, that is so nice of you.
I did that.
Well, you're an awesome person.
Oh, Billy, just because I'm your mom.
No, now, listen, I truly believe that you are as good a nurse as you are a mother.
Well, I try to be. I love people, and I love helping people and taking care of them.
I've heard patients say that when you walked into a room, they felt as much love as if their own mother had walked into a room.
Yeah, they've told me that. Yes, they have, and I love each and every one of my patients, and when I lost one, when one was deceased or passed, it really hurt me.
I believe that. And
yeah, it did.
I remember, tell me that story about, didn't you have some patient that you got well, and he was very wealthy, and he told you when he got out he was going to take you for a helicopter ride?
Oh, yes, he did.
Well, tell me about that.
Well, he was a millionaire, a really rich person. He lived in Virginia, and me and two of the other nurses, he took us for a helicopter ride over the mountains and in Virginia and just everywhere. And he bought us nice gifts, and he was just really, really nice to us. And I enjoyed taking care of his mother.
I remember being at the swimming pool when you all flew over.
Yeah, and he dived down, and so I could wave at you.
I was watching for you all day.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you also one time have a wrestler as a patient?
Oh yes, I had him.
Tell me that story.
Well, he was real sick, and
Didn't he have gangrene?
Yes, his legs was awful. They were just terrible.
Did he get hit with a wooden chair or something?
I think, and the splinters was left in his legs. Some of them, and it set up gangrene on him. And he came to the hospital, and to Hosen Valley, and I took care of him for a long time, and dressed his leg and everything.
Did he get well?
He got better and went home.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
I was so happy about that.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's great. And you had some really special friends that you worked with at the hospital. Tell me some of their names. I can remember a couple. First of all, tell me about Tilson.
Oh, Miss Tilson was a wonderful, wonderful nurse. She went to school with me, and she'd help me. Me and her work together. We ate together, and she was such a good friend, and she passed away.
Are there any other ones that you can think of?
Susie Garland was one of my good friends. I worked with her in CCU. She was a cardiac nurse, and we did CPR together.
Yeah, you taught classes.
Yeah, we taught CPR.
I remember you were my teacher one time.
Yeah, and we'd go out in schools and homes and everywhere needed it, and then we did it at the hospital. Me and Susie, she's a real pretty girl, and I loved her very much.
Actually, you've been my lifelong teacher, let alone CPR. Well, are there any other people that you can think of that just come out to your mind?
Those Filipinos.
Oh yeah,
little Vicky.
Vicky, her name's Vicky Little now.
Yeah, Vicky Little.
She talks to me on Facebook about you.
Oh, me and her. She brought us.
Remember Karen Ring?
Oh yes, that Karen Ring.
She still talks to me about you.
Yeah, and Vicky, she would make rice and fry rice and bring it to the
I bet that was good.
hospital, and we enjoyed that so much.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember you used to have you a little jewelry party too. You had a friend that was owned a jewelry store. And you used to take the girls anything that they wanted to look at. Yeah, the
G&S Jewelry. I worked for them on the side, and
But you did it for the love of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You love jewelry. I'm looking at your beautiful jewelry right now.
Yeah. We sold a lot of jewelry, I did. And also I worked with American General. I did...
you did physicals for them.
Physicals for them.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did a little bit of everything.
And Dad used to go with you, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went with me, and I took the kids with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sometimes.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that, too, on the side. I do it when I was off or something, because I like to...
Boy, when you were off, we went swimming all the time.
Yeah, we'd go swimming, and we had a lot of fun.
You would take us up to Aunt Jonetta's.
Yeah.
And we'd all go together and go swim. We'd either go to Warriors or Steel Creek Park. Where else did we go?
Legion Pool.
Legion Pool. Yeah, we had some fun. We had picnics. Boy, I tell you what, you just don't have times like those anymore, do you?
No, I miss all that stuff. I really do.
I do, too. Do you remember the first time you saw me jump off the high dive?
Oh, that really, I just almost fainted. It scared me half to death. And another thing that really scared me was when I met you on Watauga Street driving a car sitting on a pillow.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'll never forget that.
Actually, I was sitting on a catalog.
Or you sitting on something?
Yeah. Actually, I had bought that car with my paper route money, and you and Daddy just about flipped, but then you all decided, well, I was pretty responsible, so you all let me keep it. I paid for it myself.
Yeah, but...
And I worked hard.
That was a time that you weren't very old that time, about 13.
Right, but see, I didn't have a license yet.
No, you didn't have no license.
But I had bought that car with my paper route money. Remember, I saved my money.
Yes, you did.
I worked really hard, even though I didn't really have to. I just wanted to. You and Daddy worked hard, and it just made me want to work hard.
Yeah, we did. We did. He worked about all the time. He was an architect. And he was away from home a lot, and that gave us time to go swimming and do everything.
Oh, yeah, we had some big times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to tell you, is there anything else that you want to tell me about your career, or do you think you've told me everything you wanted to tell me today? Have you enjoyed working with me over the last 20 years?
Oh, yeah.
And we're still going strong.
Yes, we are. I enjoyed that more than anything.
So do I. And
yeah, I do.
When this old COVID-19 virus is over, we'll be able to get back to normal in there.
I hope so.
I know. It's sad not being at our office together, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I miss it, and the patients miss us, I'm sure, and we miss being around everybody that we work with, Jesse and Sunshine.
Yes, we do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I couldn't have done it without you. I remember when I first opened my practice, I had my phone forwarded to your phone, and you were answering the phone. You could be in Food City, and you'd answer the phone.
I would answer the phone everywhere I was.
Tell me how you answered it. You'd say, hello, Medication Management Center.
Yeah, hello, Medication Management Center. We changed names, and I forgot what.
Yes.
Yeah, Medication Management Center.
And we started out on Eastman Road.
Gosh, we had 7 or 8 patients a day.
Yeah, and then we moved down to East Center Street when we got our own building.
Yeah.
And we were there 16 years. And but anyway, I tell you one thing, we've had a lot of fun. I remember when we were moving from East Center, from North Eastman Road, that first location.
Yeah.
I remember you were sitting there with this little cardboard table with the guy that was helping us move, and you all were sharing a pizza, and you look cute.
Yeah.
You look like you were having a little date.
Yeah,
and,
we were sitting there eating a pizza.
Yeah, and you didn't really want to leave. You were sitting there with that little...
I loved that place. I don't know, I didn't want to move.
And then you fell in love with our next place.
Yes, I did.
And so that's just the way it is. I think it's just a matter of just getting used to things.
Yeah, I hate moving.
I don't like it either. I've never really liked change much in my life. I'm somebody that likes things the same.
I do too. I don't like changes.
I've heard a little bit of the background noise when you're at your house, because you're a nanny and a grandmother.
Yeah.
You've got the little puppies. Mm-hmm. You got Champ and Layla here, and you got Ben and Kendall, your grandkids. So, yep, there's Layla talking. Good girl, Layla.
Yeah.
Layla's a good girl, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. I love Layla.
Does she and Champ get along well?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Well, good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just, is there anything else you want to add to your interview? Well,
I guess we've went through a lot, and I can't think of anything else right now. But maybe the next one we have.
Oh, I know something did come to my mind. I remember this. Speaking of nursing, okay, when I was a little kid, every time I'd hear the theme from The Young and the Restless and the smell of that cologne that you used to wear, I remember you putting on that white uniform, and you actually wore that cap. I mean, you dressed.
I know I didn't like it, but I had to wear it.
And didn't you dress up?
Yes, I did.
Boy, you were, oh man, when you first started nursing, they required that, and you looked.
My supervisor got on me. I thought she was gone, and I'd sneak in the bathroom and take my cap off, and here she come. Minton, get in there and get that cap on.
Yeah, you didn't like wearing it because it messed up your hair?
Yeah, it messed up my hair.
I've got some pictures of you in your nursing uniform, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Well, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you talking with me tonight. And I guess the last thought that comes to my mind is, do you remember when I'd be at my grandmother's house, Minton, and I'd call you? Mm-hmm. What would I say to you?
Mommy, come and get me.
And you did it, even in the snow.
I said, honey, it's pouring down, so I want to see you. I'm lonesome. I don't want to stay here.
Did I really say I'm lonesome?
Yeah, you did say every little old thing to get me to come there. I went up that big road wouldn't hit snowing. I couldn't.
Was I your pet? Was I just a pet?
Yeah, you was just a pet.
Yeah, I don't think you and I ever cut the cord, did we?
I don't think so.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time to talk to me tonight. And I know everybody that's going to be listening to your podcasts are going to love all the advice you're going to be giving them.